At last.
The
I'm
internet.
hungry. I'm hungry for broadcasting,
I'm thirsty for broadcasting, actually.
right? Let's just drink up.
Here's 2015.
Yeah, the futuristic world of.
Back to the Future 2, indeed.
Yeah, that's this year. And they still have until like October to make hoverboards, I think.
Hoverboards? Who needs hoverboards? I just want self-drying clothes.
Right? And the boots that lace up.
Hey, they are going to exist soon.
Yeah, that's true. I saw
True.
that. And video phones, like having a conversation with someone while you see them on a screen. That's we might get that this year.
Never going to happen. What about bins that follow you around? And when you throw something on the ground, it kind of catches it.
I saw that. Uh, yeah, there's a video floating around. You probably saw the same one then.
A
It's
floating
actually,
bin.
yeah, a guy hooked up a Kinect to a PC and wrote some software, and it would calculate where like the crumpled up ball of paper was going to go when he threw it, and it moved the trash can to catch
Nice.
it.
The one thing the Kinect is good for.
Right. I like to use it to spy on people's living rooms. It's pretty good for that.
Or see through people's semi-transparent t-shirts
Right?
using infrared. Okay, well, nobody's watching right now, so I'm just going to go ahead and just start anyway.
Yeah, they can watch the archive.
They can. Okay, and welcome to Famicast 48. This is your live Famicast for January 2015. I am not Danny Bivens, and with me is not Ty Shugart.
I'm a fraud. Just a 2-bit fraud.
So Danny couldn't be with us today. He's got some family emergency type things, so he will hopefully join us for the next quote-unquote studio episode at the end of the month. So yeah, look forward to that. But for today, it's just me and Ty.
Hey.
Two guys just hanging out, drinking bud. Although
Ugh.
that's not at all what I'm drinking, but there you go.
Yeah,
So,
I'm drinking this strong 9% stuff.
oh god.
Yeah.
9% beer.
Nine
Oh,
percent.
is it shochu? Is it? What is it?
Yeah, this is like the Kirin highball stuff. It's 9%,
Highball.
9% alcohol, and it tastes like lemon lime, and it's like $2.
Highball is one of those words that, if you live in Japan for too long, you begin to think that it's English.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
then you say it to one of your friends back home, and they're like, what?
Exactly. So what highball means is high volume of alcohol.
A ball of alcohol
Yeah,
is infused into it. So, yeah, well, I think we might have a bit of alcohol-related talk later on in the episode.
we will.
But for most of it, it's obviously it's going to be some new business and, of course, the Nintendo Direct, looking at it from the Japan perspective. So, please to enjoy and please to understand. Let's get to it.
Oh my God, please.
Okay, so I think we'll start new business with a little bit of Smash Wii U update. I think both me and Ty have been playing it over the holidays. Ty,
Yeah.
I'm sure you've been playing it with real human beings.
Yeah.
I've been playing it with a real human being, but that's myself. So it doesn't count. But
It seems like that game would be very lonely to play by yourself.
yeah, I've kind of beaten all the event matches, and I haven't beaten the game with every single character or anything like that. But I'm just going through the what do you call it, the achievements, but they're not achievements.
Right.
They would be achievements or trophies if they're on another system, but whatever you call them. And yeah, some of them are pretty hard, and some of them I will never do, like, play whatever bullshit mode with every character, things like that. Screw that. But yeah, I got an amiibo, a Weebo for Christmas, a Yoshi one,
Okay. How
and
many do you have?
just the one.
Okay.
It was just an experiment. I just wanted to see what it does. And I like Yoshi as a character, and well, I guess my a good review of it is that my son, who is 3 years old, has played with it more than I have.
Oh,
He plays with it like a little toy. Like he plays with it
that's
as
cool.
probably you should be playing with it as a little figure. It's usually riding on the back of a Lego car or being thrown across the room.
Well, that's good.
Uh, but yeah, I have played around with it, and I trained the guy up to like level 30 or whatever, and it was starting to kick my ass a few times, and it was beating other computer opponents on level 9 quite easily. So yeah, I think it goes up to 50, but
Uh-huh.
level 30 is already pretty hard. But other than just like having something to fight against, I don't really see the point. It's not really, yeah. I mean, the whole this, the whole range of amiibos that there's like going to be 50, right? I mean, there is no point of having 50 amiibos and playing because you would never play them all
Right.
with the game, right? You would just, I think it's just a collector's item, right? Maybe you would
Pretty
have
much.
one or two that you train up or whatever.
Yeah.
But
I was watching this week's Nintendo Direct and
yeah,
thinking really hard about the functionality of the Amiibo, and I came to the conclusion that it's basically the world's worst memory card,
right. It's a very
right?
small memory card, right?
It saves data for one function for
Yeah,
one game.
that's right. Yeah, the read and write feature is only for one game at a time, right? You can unlock stuff across multiple games, but you can't save data from more than one game, I think.
Right.
So, but as of now, as of this recording, there is only one game that allows you to save data, and that's Super Smash Brothers. And we're going to talk about it later in the direct, but they are already releasing another range of amiibos with different bases, to use for, I think, Mario Party or something like that.
Yeah, and
So they obviously expect you to have, more than one of the same character. Like there's a Yoshi one, which is different from my Yoshi one. There's a different
yeah, there's like the
pose.
Mario
Yeah,
edition
yeah, the Mario.
set,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
the
the
Mario set.
Smash Brothers edition, and they're slightly different.
There you go. And I'm sure there'll be yet another edition in the future. Whatever sports edition. Yoshi with a, you know, helmet on or something. I don't know.
Scuba Yoshi, Battle Damage Yoshi,
Yeah. I,
etc.
I tweeted out a a classic Simpsons clip, and I said these are my feelings on Amiibo, the new Amiibo range, and it was a link to the Malibu Stacy episode. I don't know if you remember that one. And
Yeah, she has a new hat.
yeah, this is like Lisa's trying to stop people buying it. It's just the same Malibu Stacy with a new hat, and Smithers goes, "But it's a new hat," and then they all crush her to death and get it anyway. It's
Something is wrong with my Malibu Stacy. My spider sense is tingling.
right.
Did anyone call for a web slinger?
Oh, it's so good. Classic Simpsons. You can't beat it. So yeah. I mean, I'm glad I got one. I see what the fuss is about. And it's not like it's going to waste. Like I said, it's being played with as it should be because it's a toy for children. But it's really not very. I mean, I think the RFN guys talked about this. They said like all this talk about Amiibo on the internet, on Twitter, and everything is just talking about their scarcity and their collectability. No one is talking about, oh, it's so amazingly integrated into this game, or it's so much fun. No one's saying that, and there's a reason why, because it's not that much fun. it's kind of just an excuse to get cheap plastic crap into people's hands for monies.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you like collecting figures, if you're a Zach Miller, I could see, having a collection of all 50 characters would be cool as a collectible thing, but you know, as a gameplay device, no. So
The world's worst memory card.
there you go. So Ty, can you tell me more about, have you finally had your 8 human people event in your house, or
I've only had 4 people in my house at once,
okay?
but next week, Saturday, I'm going down to Final Round Bats, and we're gonna play some Smash Brothers.
I'm sure there'll be 8 guys there.
Oh yeah, for sure. So anybody that's in town, I would encourage you to check it out. Like the main events are gonna be Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and Guilty Gear,
Mhm.
and then after we're gonna play some Smash Brothers, 8-player madness.
Where is that exactly?
It's in Tokyo. It's in Akasaka.
Akasaka. Okay.
Yeah, it's easy to find.
That's not Asakusa. That's Akasaka.
Right.
Similar. Easy to get mixed up.
Yeah, I
So,
know. Like earlier this week, like I was meeting one of my friends from America, and he was staying in Asakusa, and like I was checking like the best train route to get there, and I mixed it up like 3 times because
yeah.
I'm so used to going to Akasaka.
Asakusa is the famous temple, and that's where most of the foreign visitors go, right? But
Right.
Akasaka is kind of not really famous, is it? It's kind of a small part of Tokyo.
Yeah, it's like near Roppongi, and there are a lot of embassies and foreigner kind of offices there.
This is the weirdest coincidence, but my mother-in-law was actually born in Akasaka.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. She actually founded Final Round Bats
Wow.
back
I
in
learned something new today. Who
back
does she
in
play in Marvel?
Spider-Man.
Me too.
So, how is it then, having real people to play against? Was it fun?
Yeah, it's fun.
Did anyone bring their amiibos over, or would you not even
No,
allow it?
no, nobody else has a Wii U.
Nobody else. Okay. So these are what, like melee players, or are they totally new to Smash, or what?
Some of everything. Uh, yeah, there's guys that haven't played since Melee.
Hmm.
Um,
Were
guys that
people
have never
people
played.
disgusted by Brawl and then skipped it or something?
No, nobody like that good enough to
Okay.
like care about
Okay.
the differences. And then like there's at least one guy who's like never played Smash before, but like he's down to play it.
Okay. That's cool. Excellent. And what's the feedback then?
It's fun enough that they'll just invite themselves over. And like I tell them I'm down all the time, just come play fighting games.
You don't have a sign outside your door, do you? Like,
I have a Meta Knight in the window.
that's not an amiibo Meta Knight. That's just a regular
Yeah.
plastic
Just
toy.
no, it's a plush one. It's very cute.
Oh, right. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
It's not in shot at the moment, but you can maybe do that for a video bonus at the end of the show.
Yeah.
Cool. So apart from Smash, I've been playing a bit more Mario Kart 8 as well. I got the the DLC,
Right.
which it's not too expensive. I think it's like 14 quid or maybe the same in dollars. So I got Link and all the new tracks and stuff. The Zelda track is pretty cool. It's got some cool music, and it's kind of like a orchestrated mix of like classic Zelda music and maybe oh god the Wii Zelda, which I'm blanking on at the moment. God, Skyward Sword music,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool.
I might be tempted to go back and play some more Mario Kart if it worked with the GameCube controllers.
Oh shit, yeah, that'd be awesome.
That would be nice because I have a lot of those, and I have only one like Wii U controller.
Do you have a Wii U Pro?
No.
I actually just got one today, because I've been playing. This is just for the video viewers.
Yeah.
I've been playing mostly with the gamepad, all of the games, and the battery in that thing doesn't last very long because you can't turn the screen off. If Well, you can turn the screen off, but then you can't play the game.
Right.
You can just kind of turn it off if you go into the toilet or whatever. But like, if you want to play, as soon as you press a button, and the screen comes back on. So I got this Pro to play it, have it more extended gaming sessions without having to plug shit into the wall.
Right.
So yeah, I just got it today, so I haven't had a chance. But yeah, I was thinking Mario Kart, and I still haven't found the GameCube adapter for the Wii
I
U.
told you, man. I told you.
7,500 yen on Amazon. Fuck that noise. No way I'm paying that.
Get wrecked.
So
You should
yeah,
have paid like 500 more when you had the chance.
yeah. So I've been to a couple of places near where I live. Been to the big shopping malls and the electronic stores, and they won't let me pre-order one.
Right.
They all say, just come back, just check back. And I said, okay, fine. So when do you restock? And they're like, well, it's kind of at different days. So they're making it almost impossible to get one of these things. It's like, so I guess people are just jumping in and just scalping the whole lot as soon as any amount come in.
I would.
Because these things, they're super cheap, right? They're like 2,400 yen.
Yeah, about that. Yeah.
And then you just flip it on eBay for like 8 times that amount. I mean, obviously it's easy money, and also please go to hell, those people. But I'll get one eventually. I'm trying.
The market has spoken.
Yeah. So yeah. Maybe next episode I'll give some feedback on how Smash plays with the Pro controller. Let's see how it goes. I even tried it with the 3DS just as an experiment. It's kind of, it's not a good way to play it.
Yeah.
You
You need that analog technology.
You do. So, I'll save the best game for last, maybe. But like, for the review, I've been playing this GBA game on the Wii U called F-Zero Legends, which is a sequel to the. No, it was the first game based on the anime. There was a sequel.
Right.
There was a sequel, another sequel in Japan, possibly Europe, which I've kind of forgotten the name of, but who cares? But yeah, it's not very good. It's like, if you like the SNES kind of floaty classic, Mode 7 style, great, all the best to you. I don't really like that. And I'm a fan of the SNES. I'm the original Mario Kart and Mario Kart Advance. I'm all for those games, but just F-Zero. There's something about it. It's just too slidey, floaty.
Is that what you don't like about it? It feels weird to play.
Well, I did get used to the controls, but the reason why is that there's so much anime story bullshit behind everything. Like, if you can't just race. The whole game is a story mode. So
Right.
it's kind of like the story mode from F-Zero GX, but just like without the nice rendered cutscenes and everything. It's just like static 2D anime cutscenes with the worst written script you've ever read in your life.
And alive. Okay. that would make me hate it. Can you skip the story?
You can't. That's the point. So you're just mashing the button, and then.
Okay. It sounds like I would hate that too.
From the first mission, like the first mission is ridiculously hard. Like, you have to beat this guy. You have to come in first. You can't touch the sides once, and you have to beat this guy who's like way ahead of you. You literally have to do a perfect lap. You got one lap to do it. And that's the first mission.
That sounds like the kind of thing I would like, because I'm a masochist like that.
It's ball hard, yeah. For the masochist, I think you have to pretty much have been 100% the original GBA game, with ease, and then go into this. And obviously, it's been years since I played the SNES one. I think I skipped the GBA one.
Yeah. So I'm sitting here listening to you, like, talking about the story and how you can't skip it. I'm like, wow, that sounds terrible. And then you
Yeah.
talk about like, you have to do this thing like absolutely perfectly to win. And I'm thinking that's perfectly reasonable.
Yeah, so if you can get past all the story bullshit, then I guess there's some fun to be had. But just like for me, it was just not worth it. It's just like skipping through all this bullshit story and then just like a very short, challenge, which is, balls hard and doesn't give you anything. And then the weird thing is you replay the same story again with the character that you've just beaten. So you play as like Captain Falcon, you beat this guy, this bad guy, and then immediately after you'll play as the bad guy and just do the same race again, but as the bad guy, and this time win as the bad guy. So it's just like, and you got to go through the exact same story thing again. They don't even change it. So it's just so weird. So
That
yeah,
that reminds me of my experience with a couple of fighting games actually. Um,
yeah. I
so
guess I guess with fighting games it's kind of the same thing, right? If you're playing, as one guy, and then you have a story scene with somebody, but then you play through again with the other person, you'll have the same story scene, right?
right,
It's kind of like that.
yeah. So I was playing a Persona 4 Arena, um, and the story mode in that game. If you sit there, you watch all the scenes, you read all the text, it takes about an hour to go through like the story mode for one character. And in that entire time, you actually play for like 8 rounds. Not
Okay.
not eight 2 out of 3 games, like eight
Right.
rounds. And come on, I came here to fight, not
Jesus.
to. Okay,
Not to talk.
yeah. I mean, it's a good game, but man, I hate that kind of story mode. So what Guilty Gear does is okay. The arcade mode, there's like an introductory scene, maybe like a couple of short scenes and dialogue between characters, but basically you're just playing 2 out of 3 arcade mode. And then
Right.
there's a story mode, and it's like only cutscenes. There's no playing, and it lasts like multiple hours.
Multiple hours. Jesus.
Yes. So I guess if you really like story, you can watch that and not even play the game.
I guess you could do that.
Yeah, but I believe it also gives you some points to unlock stuff when you actually sit all the way through it. But the thing is, you can't just turn it on and walk away. You have to like hit continue between every chapter at least.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Metal Gear Solid, the fighting game. That would be awesome, right?
yeah,
You'd have like 2 fights in a 8-hour match.
yeah. Well, I mean, Metal Gear can get away with it because the story is good.
Right. The
I don't
story is
think fighting
good.
games are exactly renowned for the good stories.
So was Mortal Kombat 9 supposed to be good? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, it had a good story mode.
Mhm.
It was actually entertaining, and you actually did play most of the time.
Cool.
It was more like a good balance of cutscenes and playing. So that
Awesome.
was fun.
Um,
One of my
so,
friends said it was the best Mortal Kombat movie, except for all the parts where you have to stop and play Mortal Kombat.
no, Mortal Kombat's a great movie. The first one.
Yeah,
It's got some camp value to it, and it's kind of fun, I think.
yeah. I'd like to take this opportunity to highly recommend the Dead or Alive movie.
Oh god,
It's a legit good movie.
I watched that. I think I watched that. I
Yeah,
think
dude.
I don't know if I watched the whole thing, which probably tells you what I think about it. But I do like Holly Valance very, very much.
Right on.
I can't remember the character that she plays. Can you help me out there?
No.
Okay, but anyway. I knew her from Neighbours, the classic Australian soap opera, which is very famous in England. So yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, F-Zero Legends, meh.
Meh.
I gave it a 4.5. Whatever. that was for the review. And the last game I'm going to talk about today, I've been playing more games, but I'll save that for the next show. The last game is Shovel Knight,
Yes.
which I could finally have a chance to buy. Unfortunately, it's not on the Japanese eShops. It's neither on the 3DS nor the Wii U one, unfortunately. But obviously, I got myself a UK Wii U, so I could get it on that, and it was on offer over the Christmas holidays, so I got it either Christmas Day or the day after. So yeah, I've been playing that probably the most over the holidays, to be honest. It is. I think Ty, this is right up your street. It's obviously it's balls hard. It looks, you know, superbly retro, but kind of
Yeah, yeah,
modern retro, right?
yeah.
Um, it's got
Soundtrack by Jake Kaufman.
soundtrack is excellent. Controls, really, really well, and man, it's so good. It really is. I just love the look, the style, like the world map and the level design is just so good. I mean, you can go through like a level, which is like it's like Mega Man. You've got a whole level, and you have the boss at the end. Um,
Right. I mean,
but
I'm definitely going to play it.
yeah,
It's just a matter of when.
right, and how.
Oh
But
no, it's definitely going to be the Steam version.
okay, there you go. Is
Maybe,
it?
maybe I
Is
should do some gift begging. Maybe one of the fans of the show will gift me a copy.
there you go.
Don't gift me a copy. I don't deserve it.
So it's not out on Steam yet. It
No,
is out.
no, it is. It
It
is.
is.
It's
It
out
is
on.
on. Okay. Yeah, you should get on that.
Yeah,
So
I hooked my big tower PC up to my main TV. It's good times.
nice. So like one level is kind of like maybe 5 or 6 Mario Brothers 3 lengths. It's broken up with checkpoints. So like one checkpoint is about the size of one Mario level, I'd say. So you
Right.
kind of it's almost like you're playing a world within one level. It's very, very long levels, and like I said, you got the checkpoints, which you can skip over. You can just destroy the checkpoints and get extra cash from them, and just ignore them if you want to go super hardcore
Yeah.
and get the maximum cash.
Right.
Which I don't know if I'll ever be able to do that. I'm just struggling through just normally for now. Maybe if I've practiced enough, I'll be able to do that one day. But yeah, I think I'm just past the halfway mark. I think I've just got an achievement. Well, achievement in quotation marks for reaching the halfway point.
Right.
So yeah,
So that game is developed by Way Forward, right?
Yacht Club Games.
Yacht Club Games. Okay.
Uh, Way Forward. No, I think you're thinking of something else there, unless I'm
Yeah.
totally wrong.
Maybe I was just thinking of it because Jake Kaufman works for Way Forward.
Maybe Shantae you're thinking about because that just came out recently.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Well, I really like yeah, it is Yacht Club Games. I mean, I just think maybe they share some staff or something.
Possibly, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I can
And
easily
like
see the DNA in there.
yeah, and I've become like the world's biggest Way Forward fan since Double Dragon Neon.
Nice. Oh, they made that. Right, right, right.
Yeah, and then I played DuckTales.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then I put in some money on their Kickstarter Shantae game.
Oh, is that the Pirates Curse, or is that the
Yeah.
next one?
Um. Now it
Is
no,
there
it's
another one? There's another one, right?
half Genie Hero.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's coming out for Xbox One and other systems.
Um, all I know about Shantae, I don't think I've ever played a Shantae game, but like they've been talking about on RFN, right? Like if you want 3D boobs coming out the screen, get the 3DS version. But if you want HD boobs, you get the Wii U version.
Right.
That's, that's the general gist of it. So yeah, take your pick.
I don't know. I'm not getting that game for the boobs. I mean, I have Dead or Alive Beach Volleyball.
for the boobs. Awesome. So yeah, that's basically what I've been playing the most of. So, Ty, next, we're going to go over to you.
Yes. Let me check the list. All right. I played a lot of GTA San Andreas. I got every single achievement in the Xbox 360 version.
Oh, you're not playing the iPad version?
I killed a lot of cops. So,
Okay.
um,
Sorry, the 360 version.
yeah,
Okay. So is this like slightly up-resed? Is it like
yeah,
720?
yeah.
Like
It's basically like the original Xbox version, like just scaled up a bit.
with less frame rate issues, I guess.
Yeah, and achievement support.
Nice.
So yeah, it's nice. I mean, yeah, it's basically the same as playing the classic Xbox version. I actually have the original PS2 version, like the release day version that has that hot coffee stuff hidden in
Nice.
it if you have a Game Shark. I wonder if that's worth some money to a collector, maybe.
Possibly. They
Yeah.
stopped. They stopped making that, right?
Yeah, and I think they tried to recall like the copies that were still at the retailers.
But if you think about it, whatever the first weekend sales of that game were about
Yeah, and
10 million. So there's probably several million people with that
yeah,
game.
so it's probably not that rare.
Right. But
Um,
you never
so
know.
so yeah, it's fun. Grove Street, fool. Killer Instinct. I've been hitting the grind hard in that game. I'm, I think I'm over 2,000 ranked matches played. Um, yeah, like
Right.
I was
Okay.
I was trying to get to like the top ranking. Well, okay, so in that
Is there an achievement for that?
well, they said like a month ago they're gonna change to a new ranking system, or they originally said something vague like if you hit the top rank, which is 40,
Mhm.
and the you're gonna enter like this new league or something where all your matches become 2 out of 3, and with some new rewards or something. But 2 out of 3 matches is fun because it's a game where you like really have to play your opponent and figure out like what their habits are as fast as possible. And when you go
Oh,
2 out of 3, it becomes
matches, right? Not rounds. You mean, so like
yeah.
9 rounds or whatever, right? Okay.
Well,
Sometimes.
the game. I don't know if you ever played Killer Instinct or Darkstalkers even, but
Hmm.
the way those games work is the game just plays continuously, and you have
Right,
two
right, right.
life bars.
Hmm.
It's like
Gotcha.
you die, you lose your life bar, and then like the positions reset. Well, they don't. It's just like a timeout for like 5 seconds, and then
Yeah,
it
yeah,
keeps
yeah.
going.
Mhm. You just
So
kind of collapse on the ground, and then you get a new energy bar, and you stand up again.
right, exactly. So so you do that twice, and that's one game, and then like it's gonna go 2 out of 3 games.
Hmm.
So what they announced like just this week is they're changing the entire ranking system to be more like StarCraft. So if you've seen how that works, where all the players are separated into leagues. You play like 10 qualifier games, and then you get placed into a league, and then you can only graduate up into a higher league. You can't go down.
Okay.
So
Huh?
you just fight with people in your league, and you try to climb the ladder to get to the next league.
Have they released any new characters since the last episode of?
They're out yet?
Yeah, we made fun of Ripto last time.
Yeah. Um.
Ripcord.
Yeah. Record. Um. They showed the new character, Omen, who's going to be out hopefully this month.
Ah, that's right. He was hinted at last episode, I think.
Right. He looks like my kind of character, actually. Um, he can throw double, single, or triple fireballs, and his fireballs like follow a random pattern. Like they'll do a loop on the screen, or they'll swivel back and forth, or something.
Okay.
So you throw those out, and then you try to work with what you have.
Wait a minute. Random? That doesn't sound like a fighting game type thing to have.
Oh well, I can talk for several hours about random elements in fighting games and how there are the good kind and the bad kind.
Okay. But
Um,
that doesn't that lead to arguments like oh, you only won because it was the curly fireball. If it was the straight fireball, I would have won. Things like that. And then he ends up getting banned from tournaments because of that.
No, well, you'd think that, but actually the answer is no because that already exists. Like if you look at Faust from Guilty Gear, like he'll throw a random item for his item throw move,
Mhm.
and it's not broken or retarded because you. There's a good
Like I'm
article on
thinking
this
of
somewhere.
I'm thinking of Mr. Game and Watch and Pac-Man, who they have an item that it's not random. It goes through a set pattern, right? Like with Pac-Man, it's like whatever strawberry, banana, and melon, and
Right.
the longer you leave it, the better or stronger the item is, right? But that's not random, is it? That's a set
Yeah.
pattern.
Right. Well, I mean,
Fully random, I could see that being
yeah.
annoying in some cases.
Well, I think you have to understand the difference between like a random thing that a player initiates
Mhm.
and then like a random thing that where the game like arbitrarily fucks someone.
Okay, I see.
So so a,
Like slipping in brawl.
no, that's just yeah, that's garbage.
That's good.
So you take a character like Faust or a character like Omen, where they'll throw out like a random projectile, um, and in almost every situation, like you'll see it and you'll understand what it is when it's coming towards you, rather than like it just instantly hitting you. Like if Omen throws a fireball at close range, it's not going to matter what kind of pattern it is. It's just going to hit you at close range. But if it swirls or swivels back and forth, you're probably going to see it first, and then you can react to it. And Faust is mostly the same. Like he throws an item up and it comes down in an arc. And like he can hit you with it instantly, like if you're directly above him, but like if he's doing that, the odds are against him uh for it being something good. It's not a good bet for Faust to do that. He wants to have you far away because like yeah, he
Okay.
has like maybe a 50% chance of like getting murdered if he's doing an item like that when he could be doing like just his regular anti-air move.
Of course, I know all of this, so probably not
Yeah,
worth going into any more details.
yeah.
Um, so,
There's a whole article written by Fighting Game Nerd about this. I think I'll just tweet it up in a minute if I can find it. But okay, let's just move on to the next thing. Omen is going to
okay.
be fun in Killer Instinct. Oh yeah, Guilty Gear. That's the other game I've been playing.
Zerd.
Yes, Egg Salad. Yeah, it's out on PS3, PS4. It's very pretty. Um, I have not gotten to play it as much as I've liked. I played through arcade mode a couple times. Played like a couple hours with one of my friends. Um, it's pretty much everything about it is good. Um, netcode needs a little work. Uh,
It's no Smash Brothers, right?
right, it's better in Smash Brothers as far as netcode goes. Yeah. Um, so Guilty Gear is kind of infamous for like being really good, but like really complicated to play.
Mhm.
It's been somewhat simplified in this one, and well, maybe simplified is the wrong word. 'Cause there's like a lot of systems in place you gotta know about. You have to know about Roman cancels and these guard impact kind of things, and like all these other bullshit system names. There's,
Maybe
there's a
D uncomplicated.
yeah, no, it's somewhat less complicated now. Like so in Guilty Gear, once you start getting pretty good, you have to get good at Roman cancels, which is basically just you use meter, you cancel whatever move you're doing, and then you do something else. And there's a lot of combos that use that where you're gonna have to hit a bunch of buttons, then you hit like your top three attack buttons together, and it'll cancel what you're doing, and then you do another move to continue your combo. And like the good combos had like these extremely terrible, tiny little margins of bullshit that you had to deal with. So the new Guilty Gear has made that a little easier without dumbing it down. Like basically the same system is in place, but like the opponent goes into slow motion for like 1 second when you do it.
Mhm.
So it's a little easier to construct some combos or put yourself in an advantageous position when you use that meter.
I like slow motion.
Yeah, it's pretty much a good feature, I think. And the tutorial in that game is pretty good.
I'm just thinking about like Mortal Kombat 9, the slow motion like rib cage exploding. It's
No,
like,
it's nothing like that. It's like you don't just sit back and watch. You're in there and
okay,
you're hitting buttons.
okay. But that is hilarious though in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, it's
You squash somebody's heart and then they just keep on walking and fighting.
right. You break someone's collarbone and they're like, "Ah, I'm good. Let's keep going. I still got 50% life."
Yeah. Just like it's always one of the funniest things about fighting games, isn't it? Like a tiny little schoolgirl versus a giant ogre monster, and he goes with his massive fist, he punches her in the face, and she just puts up her hand and blocks it.
Yeah,
Video games.
video video game logic. So
Awesome.
Guilty Gear is fun. Please play it.
Okay.
What
Hey,
else?
I was thinking about like maybe talking about our Christmas and New Year's holidays and stuff, but let's save that for like a bonus at the end. Um,
Yeah,
we'll just talk about video games now, and then we'll talk about non-video game stuff for a little bonus at the end.
yeah.
If people want to listen to that, if not, they can just turn off the show and ignore it. So, should we move on to the main event?
Yeah, wait, let me
Oh,
list 3 more games I've been playing, but then not talk about them.
okay.
Tekken Tag 2, Borderlands 2, and Volgar the Viking.
Nice.
Good
I think I've
games.
heard of that last one.
Yeah,
That's not a new game, right? That's
it's been out for a little while.
right.
Yeah, it's super hard 2D game, like a spiritual sequel to Ghosts and Goblins.
Okay. Yes, yeah. I think I know that one.
Yeah, I'm working on that.
Okay then. So this hand gesture indicates the next segment. It's time for Nintendo Directo.
Yeah, I actually watched this one.
Is this the first one you've ever seen?
No, I mean I've seen them.
Okay, so I've got a nice list here prepared for us by Mr. Daniel Bivens. So Danny, thank you for that. So this is obviously the Japan one, which was I think was mostly different from the other ones. I actually watched the European one. Ty, I'm assuming you watched the American one?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but we're talking about the Japanese one, which I think is the one that Danny watched. So, yeah, we're going to start off with a game that came out on the day after the Direct. Downloadable 3DS game called Hako Boy, which Hako means box, so Box Boy. If it ever comes to the West, that's maybe what it's called, even though that would be a terrible name.
I like it.
Box Boy. It's kind of like a 2D puzzle platformer thing, just like lots of short little stages, 150 stages, and you kind of replicate your character to make little platforms, which you can kind of make any shape that you want. Kind of like they kind of end up looking like Tetris pieces to kind of navigate these stages. It looks really fun. It doesn't support stereoscopic 3D.
Weird.
Straight up 2D game. Black and white, yeah, like I said, black and white outlines. Kind of cool art style. Makes use of Miiverse as well. And there's a demo on the eShop in Japan. And yeah, friend of the show, Justin Epperson from 84, I saw him tweeting about it, and he's already beaten the game. But it does look fun. I think Nintendo did a what do you call it? A quick look of it. So there are videos out there if you want to check it out. Uh, Ty, next is.
What is next? Oh, Poketoru, aka Pokemon Shuffle. Let's see. It comes out February in all regions, and players can match up three of the same Pokemon faces. Uses a time-based charging system. Pay to play more. Oh,
Oh God, have I got some things to say about this? So, yeah, Nintendo have been experimenting in free-to-play stuff, right? This is free-to-play, but this is like the worst thing ever. Because, like, oh God, where do I start? I mean, one of the things that I hate about, iOS, Android games is that, the so-called freemium bullshit that you get,
right.
and they just force you to pay in whatever ridiculous ways. And the most irritating one is not letting you play for more than whatever times or minutes per day, and you have to wait for something to charge up. So,
Right.
and obviously, they make it addictive, so you want to play immediately again. But to do that, you have to pay. So I think that's the worst kind of free-to-play games, and now Nintendo's doing it.
Welcome to hell.
Yeah. So yeah, the world can enjoy that next month. Please do not give any money to this game. Please, please, God. I don't want more of these games. So next up, we have the One Piece Super Grand Battle game. That's coming out next week in Japan, 26th of January. And this is the game, one of the first third-party games to have amiibo support. Ty.
Yeah.
So,
I can't wait to not buy it.
So you can get costumes. Well, I guess Mario Kart's kind of already done this. You get costumes for your players, like Luffy becomes Mario, Chopper becomes Kirby, and there's all the ones you'd expect, the DK, Link, Samus, Yoshi, all the rest. The costumes look pretty cool. They totally transform the character. It's not just like changing the color of them. They have made completely new looking characters for all of these, but whatever. This is obviously, you'd have to have a new 3DS for that, or to buy the NFC reader, which is actually conveniently on the next thing on the list here. So yeah, that stupid little round thing that connects to the infrared, if you don't have a new 3DS, is actually coming out in Japan this summer. But there's no word of if it's actually coming to the West. I've got to assume it has to be. But yeah, so yeah, that's coming out. There's actually a news article on NWR if you want to read more about it. But yeah, that's just get a new 3DS. Don't get that.
I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, people, just get a new 3DS. It's worth it.
But I want to take a look at this One Piece Super Grand Battle game.
Yeah, it's kind of like I don't know if it's not a fighting game. Is it scrolling? I think it's a scrolling beat 'em up, or is it a beat 'em up? I'm not sure. But it looks kind of like, yeah, it's kind of cool. 3D polygonal characters, but from the side view, and like some kind of cool, crazy combos and stuff going on. Looks pretty cool. Kind of like a cel-shaded graphic style. I guess if you like One Piece, that's something to look at.
I was hoping it was a fighting game.
Yes, I'm not quite sure exactly what kind of fighting game it is, but yeah, it is. So yeah. Kai, this next one's perfect for you.
Yeah, I love stuff. February, support for Amiibo coming to Smash on 3DS.
Finally.
Yeah, it's what I've been.
I actually didn't think this was coming. I thought that it was just a Wii U thing, because like they haven't mentioned it ever. I don't think it was kind of like, I don't know, when the new 3DS got announced, it was kind of like I kind of assumed it was gonna happen, but then they never mentioned it. But yeah, now it's coming. So yeah, you can just use the same amiibos, same characters you made on the Wii U and play it on 3DS. Great.
Yeah.
The next one we've already talked about it. The new Super Mario Amiibo set coming out
Yeah.
the 12th of March. Characters will include Mario, Luigi, Peach, Yoshi, Toad, and Bowser. I guess Toad is the only new one.
Right.
And I think that Toad also works with Captain Toad, the game, Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker. Yes, it does, because that's the next thing on the list here. So on the same day, okay, I get it here. So on the
Yeah.
same day, Amiibo support is being patched into Captain Toad, and there's actually a retail package of Captain Toad and a Toad Amiibo coming out a couple of weeks after that, the 26th. So they're actually going to repackage a game that's been out since whenever it came out. Was it October? I think.
It's been a while.
Round about when Smash came out, or just before Smash in Japan. So yeah, they're going to repackage an old game, but with an amiibo, and sell it for 4,700 yen. So that's
I'm kind of
interesting.
interested in getting this game. Maybe I'll get that set.
With the amiibo?
We'll see.
Do you like
Yeah,
Toad?
maybe. I'm more interested in the game itself.
It does look pretty cool, but and apparently this amiibo, I think Toad, or maybe any of these Mario amiibos, Super Mario amiibos, does this, or maybe it's just the Toad one. I'm not sure, but it unlocks kind of like a bonus game within that game, which obviously that's going to be part of the patch that comes out on the 12th of March. So you got to find these like 8-bit Toad icons around levels and stuff. So yeah, I think it's a whole new mode. So yeah,
Right.
it's pretty cool that they're patching these games like Mario Kart 8. You know, they didn't just abandon it after they launched it. You know, there's obviously they patched in amiibos and there's the DLC and so yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, that's nice of them to do. I've been trying to hassle the Volgar the Viking guys to patch in arcade stick support, but it hasn't happened.
Would you get a Volgar the Viking amiibo?
No. Well, maybe.
You don't have to use it as an amiibo. You just have it as a figure.
Right.
That's what
Maybe
most people are doing. Remember, people aren't using them in games. Ty.
maybe if they put it in a UFO catcher, maybe.
Yes. Remember that. People are not using them for gameplay features here. They're just collecting them.
Oh, that reminds me. I should show Zach my collection of super embarrassing anime figures that I won out of UFO catchers.
You should tweet those out.
I will.
So next, Ty, should we move on to Wii U stuff?
Oh, yes, please. Oh, yeah. That was a major point of the Nintendo Direct is they're bringing a bunch of Wii games over digitally.
Woo.
So you can download Mario Galaxy 2, excuse me, Donkey Kong Returns, Kirby Punch Out, Sin and Punishment 2, Regilev, and Pandora's Tower.
Yeah, I think Punch Out, Sin and Punishment, Regan Lev, and Pandora's Tower, they're coming out later.
Okay.
But those three ones, Galaxy, DK, and Kirby, they're going to only cost 1,250 yen at launch, which I think is $9.99 in the States and in Europe. You know, whatever currency you desire. And also for Europe and the States, we're getting the Metroid Prime trilogy, which will be $9.99 at launch.
Wow, that's a bargain.
That is a freaking bargain. I'm looking forward to that coming out. I'm definitely getting that. I think just for now is only Galaxy 2.
Maybe I will get Metroid Prime Trilogy. Like,
Yeah,
I only ever bought
Mhm.
Metroid Prime 1 and then didn't finish it because I suddenly started hating it when I had to backtrack. And then, I just put down the entire series. Like, I'm done. But maybe I'll give it another chance. Maybe.
I
For
think
$10, yeah.
Yeah. I think I triple completed Prime. Like I 100%ed everything. Got everything.
Right, like I was having a lot of fun, like just, cruising through, fighting the bosses,
Yeah.
going from point A to point B, and then it's like go to these places to get an arbitrary thing
I
where
had
nothing
I
interesting
had your
happens at all.
experience. Yeah, I had your experience with the second one. I didn't complete that game. I gave up.
Huh.
Just
Okay.
understandable. But the third one, it brought it back, and it was a lot better.
Okay.
So I've never actually played through two, so maybe I will finally do that. The Wii version did clean some stuff up, made some widescreen, and it's got all sorts of other achievements and other features in it. So it's a good package for 9.99. Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
it's one of the rarest or most expensive Wii games out there. So I don't know how that's going to affect the resale value of the physical versions. I don't know, but yeah, I can't wait to get that. But yeah, for like Galaxy and stuff, I'm not interested because I 242 starred that son of a bitch, and I'm not ready to do that again ever. I'm done
Good
with that
job.
game. I loved it, yeah, but yeah, I'm not going to do that again. Right then, where were we?
We're gonna talk about Mario Party. Uh,
Mario Party X, as it should be called, but it's not.
right.
Mario Party 10 comes out on the 12th of March for 5,200 yen. There will
Fuck this
be
game. Fuck everything.
there will also be a special amiibo pack for the game, featuring the Super Mario Brothers series Mario, which will be 5,700 yen. So yeah, only 500 yen more to get a Mario. I actually don't like the Smash Brothers Mario amiibo with the kind of crappy looking fire that he holds. I
Okay,
think
so
the fire looks really cheap, but this one is just kind of like punching the air or something. So
like something a little more iconic.
yeah. This is more Mario. It's like just yeah, you can't really go wrong with that one. But I'm not saying
Right.
I'm going to get it. I'm just saying. And also, these new Super Mario Brothers series ones do work with Smash, so you don't have to worry about them not. Mario is Mario, whatever form he comes in.
You should have a look at the video I just tweeted while we talk about Mario Party.
Oh God, do I want to click this link?
More than anything.
Is this somebody's hand exploding with blood as they spin it around on the N64 controller?
No, quite the opposite. It's somebody not touching any buttons at all and winning.
This is
This is
awesome.
like a 7.5 minute compilation of someone winning Mario Party minigames by not touching the controller.
I think there's another one of like Just Dance doing the same thing, like somebody getting 80 to 90% on everything by just putting the controller on the ground. Oh,
Yeah,
that's amazing. That's
yeah.
amazing. Oh yeah, I'll have to watch more of that later.
Okay, so one of the frustrating things about Mario Party to me is,
Other than that, it's entirely random.
yeah, it's a bad game, but it could be good.
Hmm.
And
I
I
like
pretty
the idea.
yeah, I pretty much mention this game every time Mario Party comes up, but Namco put out a party game years ago. It's exactly the same concept, except it's good because you win the mini games with skill.
Hmm. What's this one
It,
called?
it's Pac-Man Fever.
Okay, I've
It's the
heard of that.
exact same concept. You got a board, you got mini games, but the better you are at video games, you know, the higher you're gonna place.
That's the problem with Nintendo. They don't like making anyone feel bad for losing, do they? It's like they've always got to think about, the blind 6-year-old
Right.
kid who's also playing.
And that is like completely contrary to my entire video game philosophy, right? Like, if someone isn't good at video games, I think less of them as a person,
As you should.
right? I
But
think it.
but Mario
I think
Party could easily be solved by, having an option, just saying, have you played
skill,
video
yes
games?
and
Yeah,
no,
yeah, yeah. Have you played video games before? Yes or no? And then if you select yes, then games are based on skill.
right? Like every video game should have that, so that I can skip the tutorial that says press A to jump.
Your parents help you set it up.
I know how to fucking climb a ladder.
Yeah, so yeah, they should have that. I'm always
And
intrigued by the concept of Mario Party. It's like, yeah, it's a board
yeah,
game that
yo,
you
just
play.
just get Pac-Man Fever. It's on GameCube. You can play as Tekken and Soul Calibur characters, in addition to
What?
Pac-Man and Ms. Pac-Man and the Ridge Racer chick.
I thought you were going to say the Ridge Racer car.
No, that would be good though.
Yeah.
It's like the like Ian plays the Daytona USA car in that
Fighting
single
Mega
fighting game.
Mix.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I was already there.
Right.
Awesome. I still
So
can't believe that happened. But anyway,
do
so
not buy Mario Party 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10. Buy Pac-Man Fever.
what about the Mario Party Advance and the 3DS one, whatever it's called?
I didn't know those existed, and I was happier until that moment just now.
Yes. Oh God.
Let's move on,
Let's move on.
please.
Let's move on. So, moving away from Mario games, we have Mario versus Donkey Kong, Mina de Miniland. So,
Yay.
um, God, what's this called in English? Something about tipping stars, something like that.
Yeah, I
So
don't
this
remember.
is the first or one of the first. Correct me if I'm wrong. Cross-play games, cross-play games, cross-buy.
Yeah.
You buy it on Wii U, you get it on 3DS. You buy it on 3DS, you get it on Wii U.
Is this
Uh,
yeah, is this the first time they've done it?
I think there's been a third-party eShop game that has done that.
Huh, okay.
I want to say Squid's Odyssey or something like that. But like, yeah, as for Nintendo doing it, I think this is the first time. So yeah, this is it costs only costs 2,800 yen. It's a super budget game.
I just had a funny thought. Okay,
Hmm.
this game is basically like the whatever third, fourth incarnation of a Donkey Kong 94
Right, right.
that came out for Super Game Boy.
Hmm.
And if you had that if you had a Super Game Boy and you got that game, you were essentially cross buying it for your Game Boy and Super Nintendo.
Hey yo,
Whoa.
mind blown.
20 years ahead of their time.
So I think this one you can design your own levels and you can share them, and if people like them, then they give you you get stars or something like that. But if people don't like it, then they're less likely to tip you. I think I'm getting this right. Tipping, that's why it's called tipping star. People tip you if they like your levels.
That sounds
So
like a good feature.
yeah, it incentivizes you to do a good level and make people tip you more stars, and then you get stars, and then you get stuff.
Right.
Don't ask me what that stuff is, but anyway.
So like I really really like Donkey Kong 94.
Mhm.
It's a great game and
That's a free ambassador game, right? The not 94, but like the GBA one or something. That's a
the
good one.
GBA one I was going to get into that. It is not as good.
Okay.
Like I feel like they went in the wrong direction with the sequels, right? Like they just made them easier when in fact I would say like Donkey Kong 94 is like a really challenging game. It was almost like a Super Meat Boy, except not quite as hardcore, but it
Yeah.
had that same kind of feeling to it. And so like I was excited to get like the GBA sequel, which was Mario versus Donkey Kong,
Mhm.
and like I was crushed by the game. I was so disappointed just because it was
Yeah,
just so brain dead.
I gotcha. Okay then. So should
Hard
we,
games forever.
should we move on to talking about hard games? How about some mahjong?
Yeah, I love Mahjong. I play it
So,
all the time with my Chinese grandpa.
so this one is called Yakuman Ho,
Okay,
which doesn't even sound very Japanese. But
tell me
anyway,
more.
so this is another kind of cross-play game. So you can use the gamepad to track your pieces, and you can play for free. Oh, it's a free-play game. You can play for free once a day, or you can pay money to play more.
Wow. I
If you
wonder what
play,
you think of that.
You can pay 1,000 yen. You can play for 6 months. That's weird. Yeah, and you can actually play. The only good thing about this, the kind of cool feature about this, is that it's got online play and it actually works between systems, 3DS and Wii U, which
Huh.
is cool. Shame it has to be a Mahjong game to do this. But as for sharing the premium mode, if let's say a dad pays 1,000 yen, all the players under his Nintendo Network ID are able to play the game as well.
Right on.
So that comes out on the 18th of February. So it's got some good ideas there, but yeah, the free play thing can go fuck itself. But yeah, if you're paying 1,000 yen, don't you just want the whole game at that point?
Would be nice.
You know,
I mean,
yeah,
there are a lot of mahjong games out there actually.
yeah.
So,
I don't know why you would want. Why are you paying like?
why would you want a subscription one? Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's to pay for the online service. I don't know. Doesn't make much sense to me that.
Yeah, if it was good matchmaking, maybe I could go for that. If I was a hardcore mahjong player,
Which you
like
are.
yeah. Well, I mean, I pay, 30 to $50 a year for Xbox Live to play fighting games,
Mhm.
basically.
And mahjong games are just an inch
Yeah,
away from that.
yeah. If you think about it,
I think last time I played, or the only time I played mahjong, was on that DES Clubhouse game, which had like every board game in the world on it. And yeah, I don't think I understood it, but yeah, mahjong. It's Japan. There's always a mahjong game, and they're usually like launch titles in Japan, aren't they? Like every Nintendo system has to launch with a mahjong game. So you're a bit late to the play here. Talking about late to the game, Ty, next game. You might have heard of it.
Rodea the Sky Soldier. Yeah, I was just looking at it on YouTube. So, yeah, it comes out whatever month four is, January, February, March, April 2nd for 7,200 yen.
What? That's expensive.
Yeah. Apparently it plays kind of like Knights. Yeah, it is expensive, but
Third party
the,
game.
the
Mm,
yen is down right now, so I think now is the time to import games from Japan.
right.
Let's see. 3DS version is also coming on the same day for also a lot of money, 5,800 yen.
Yeah, that's a little bit more than the usual 3DS game, right? I think that there was also a Wii version, like regular Wii version coming out, because this was originally announced on the Wii, but
Huh.
it's been delayed so long they actually made a Wii U version. But yeah, it does kind of look like Knights if you look at videos of it, kind of going around the set path or like what is it, Kid Icarus, whatever. Like,
I think maybe the Wii version was canceled. Yeah,
oh, okay. Well, that would make sense because who plays Wii games these days?
right.
Well, me in a couple of weeks when I download it on my Wii U, but but yeah, no one buys retail Wii games anymore, right? And some
So,
may argue they never did.
so I guess it
No.
plays like Knights. Did you like Knights?
I played a bit of the Wii version, the new Knights. I don't think I've ever played the Saturn version, but it's all right. It looks nice, and I kind of
Okay.
like the atmosphere is kind of cool. But yeah, the Wii version had a kind of like a lot of bullshit story.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
but yeah, but this looks like all right. Um, I'm interested in learning more about it. Hopefully, there's a demo or something.
Yeah, I'm looking at the art style, animation, and environments all remind me of Skies of Arcadia, the RPG.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I
that's
honestly, I
interesting.
honestly thought this was like a vaporware game because like they announced it so long ago, and then we just never heard about it. And then
Right.
now it's come back, and it actually has been finished. Now it's coming out. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, like I'm looking at it on YouTube right now. It looks like a finished game. So
Yeah,
it's obviously not vaporware.
right, right. Not anymore. And lastly, on the Wii U front, we have Splatoon, which comes out in May. And
Splatoon.
which they showed, yeah, they showed lots of new areas and features like the single player mode. Looks like there's bosses to fight
Yeah,
against.
and player customization.
Yeah, lots of player customization. You can make, clans or whatever. And this plaza, which I'm assuming is like how you access all the game modes and stuff, like
Yeah. Correct
kind
me
of
if I'm
looks like,
wrong, but didn't they say like you can dress up your character with accessories and they'll give you different abilities?
yeah,
Right. Yeah.
mhm,
So I
that's
thought
right.
that was interesting. It's also kind of funny to me when a lot is talking like, yeah, or you can just like dress them to look good if like you're bad at video games. Yeah, I just had this thought that like there's gonna be like one or two builds that are like objectively better than everything else, and it's gonna be like clown shoes, flower hands, football helmet.
Ballerina tutu,
Yeah, like you can quote me on that if that's what happens.
and that's what you'll be dressed as.
Yep,
So I thought the plaza
playing
kind
a
of
bit.
area kind of looked like Shibuya. I don't know if you noticed that. It looked like the Shibuya crossing. the and with all the kind of funky, colors of this game, it kind of
Right,
it really did remind me of like the Shibuya area of Japan in Tokyo.
right on.
Looks pretty cool. I'm interested in trying this out.
Yeah, I remember when we talked about it before. It reminded me of like a free to play game. I couldn't remember the name of,
Mhm.
but I remembered it now. It's S4 League. It's like a free to play game. It came out a long time ago, but I think people still play it. It's just kind of like like a third person shooter kind of game.
Is it like paintballing?
Um, not it's not paintball, but it's really colorful, very anime styled.
Okay. Well, people are calling Splatoon, the Nintendo's what's that Xbox One game? Sunset Overdrive. It's like
Titanfall. Oh, Sunset Overdrive, sure.
Sunset Overdrive, Baby's Edition or whatever. But yeah, it does look cool, and it's nice to see Nintendo in a genre they've never done before. So good luck to them, I say.
Right. I hope it's good.
Yeah.
It's
So,
probably going to be laggy as hell.
they're using the Smash online code.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's move on to some 3DS software. I guess
Oh yeah.
non-download software. So Puzzle and Dragon Z/Z is coming out in the West, and it's going to come out in like a double pack, like Z with the Puzzle and Dragons Mario Edition, like on one cartridge, one game
Right.
card. But obviously, Japan got Puzzle and Dragons Z in 2013,
Right.
so um, just the Mario Edition is coming out here, and it's going to come out. I think in the West, it's coming out in May, and in Japan we just get the Mario edition in April, 29th of that's right, yeah, 20th of April comes out the Mario edition, and yeah, so that's obviously the Puzzle and Dragons game with like a Mario overworld, and yeah, all the pieces are replaced with Koopa Troopas and everything.
Right. It's kind of a big deal because they're putting Mario into the mobile phone version. Am I right?
I don't know about that.
I'm pretty sure that was a thing.
That would frighten me.
It was part of the deal that they're gonna put in the Mario characters in the mobile phone version in Japan.
Jesus. I mean, this game is just ridiculously big. I mean, I
It
think,
is. It's huge.
every single one of the students in my high school where I teach, they're playing
Yeah.
this game. It's
Yeah.
just
Me too. Me too. Absolutely.
most of the time during my lessons, which is great. So yeah, Puzzle Dora, as it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this Mario edition. I mean, yeah, great, all the monies for Nintendo, but
Yeah.
also
I'm not gonna play it,
it's a
but
little bit like kind of selling your soul to the devil at the same time.
yeah.
Um,
Um.
I don't
I
know.
don't know. Do you think it's gonna be big in the West? Yes. No. Maybe.
Well, I think I think the iOS version, like the smartphone version, had limited success in the West. I don't know. I think I remember James Jones playing it.
Uh, uh-huh.
It has been localized in English, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I think people might buy it as just as a Mario puzzle game. You know,
Yeah, maybe.
they might not care about the Puzzle and Dragons. I mean, just the title is ridiculous. Puzzle and Dragons Mario Edition. Is you know what has that got to do with Mario? It's like there are no dragons in Mario games. Why not just call it a completely different thing? But whatever.
Yeah, puzzles and Yoshis.
Yeah, there you go. That's the closest thing you got to a dragon. But
Yeah,
yeah.
hey, if Nintendo's marketing department wants to hire me for like 60K a year,
Just to come
I'm
up with game titles.
I'm down. Yeah. I would just add like super turbo to everything and
Hey,
then call it a day.
hey, add turbo to that game, yeah?
Yeah.
So, next up is a game which, I don't know, I haven't played much.
What, Theater Rhythm?
Yeah. Have
Yeah,
you
I
played
played it a
this?
bit. No, I played
Played the
Danny's copy
demo.
because Danny is a huge
Yeah.
fan of this game.
Mhm.
So, Dragon Quest, it has different songs from Final Fantasy. And let's see. Oh, I guess in this game, like icons come from like top down, and in the Final Fantasy one, they go like right left.
Right, right.
So that's a thing. Maybe if you're used to Guitar Hero or Rock Band or Beat
Ah,
Mania or
right.
DDR or whatever number of games, maybe you like this better.
Good point. Well, I guess that's just to differentiate it from the Final Fantasy one, right?
Yeah, I guess it makes sense because in the old Final Fantasy games, in the battle screen, like it's left
Oh,
right,
right, right, right.
and then
Okay.
in Dragon Quest, it's kind of like a. Well, I have only really played Dragon Quest one, and I would say it's like a first-person perspective, like
Okay, yeah, no, I'm just getting my head around it. Yeah, so like,
yeah, or
oh, right, right.
I don't know if
You've got the kind of whatever four enemies in front of you, right? And
right
you're kind of
exactly.
in
So yeah, I guess
you're at the front of the screen.
they're not just matching the music, but they're like stylistically changing the game a lot to match Dragon Quest.
Fun fact: Dragon Quest never came out in Europe.
Wow, I did not
Uh,
know that.
I think, only whatever the DS remakes. I think those were the first ones to ever come out.
Huh? Were they
So,
called Dragon Quest or Dragon Warrior?
well, they weren't called anything because it didn't come out. But yeah, I
Well, yeah,
think
the new one.
I think the remakes were called Dragon Quest everywhere, right? So
Okay.
I think they dropped Dragon Warrior after a while for
Yeah.
whatever reason. But yeah, add that to the list of Chrono Trigger and Super Mario RPG and Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that never came out in Europe either.
Yeah.
Please understand.
Please.
So yeah, next up we've got this 3DS version of Xenoblade.
Xenoblade, very carefully product placed in Smash Brothers. Please
Yeah,
buy it or not.
I think it's called Xenoblade Chronicles 3D. I think that's what it's called. So this comes out on the 2nd of April. Lots of games coming out in April. And it will retail for the bargain price of 3,700 yen, which is great. That's
Yeah,
very
not
cheap.
bad.
That's like, to put in terms that people understand, about $10 less than a regular game. So yeah, I think that's coming out everywhere, right? So this is the new 3DS exclusive game. You have to have a new 3DS because I don't know why, the extra processing power, I guess. It does seem to chug along though, even on the new 3DS.
Wow.
It did look to chug, even in the kind of the so-called trailer that they showed, which is supposed to get people hyped for the game. But I don't know. We'll soon find out if it looks like that in the
All
final
right.
copy. And I'm so glad that the next game is for you, Ty.
Yeah, me too. I love Girls Mode. This is Girls Mode 3 Coordinate. Coordinate set to release on 3DS in Japan on April 16th or 4,700 yen. Wow.
That's
Game will let
$10 more than Xenoblade,
yeah, because it's better, obviously.
obviously.
The game will let players run a fashion shop, be a makeup artist, clothing designer, and even a model.
Oh, they've got modeling in it?
Yeah.
Well, that
Well,
changes everything.
all right. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this game is a pretty big seller in Japan, right?
Well, if this is the third freaking version, you would expect so. Isn't this the one that Minoru famously talked about?
Yeah, that sounds familiar now. I mean, like, I
Oh,
think I've street passed girls mode on
yeah,
a decent number of times.
but they're usually 8-year-old girls.
Yeah,
Um, I don't remember why Minoru got that game. Was it? I can't remember. I'm gonna have to. Listeners are gonna
because
have
of
to go back and find that episode and why the hell he played that game. But yeah, I remember being uh, incredibly amused by his stories.
yeah.
Um, so on to real games. Majora's Mask 3D, which isn't a new 3DS exclusive, but it does have new 3DS bonuses. For example, you can move the camera with the second stick, which you couldn't do in the original Majora's Mask because the N64 didn't have a second stick.
Yeah, that's a good feature.
So I guess it makes it a lot more like Wind Waker.
Or
Um,
Metal Gear Solid 3.
on yes, obviously. But yeah, I looked at the trailer for this, and yeah, it looks very much improved. And on the Japanese direct, they had the mask salesman kind of introducing the segment, and he was voiced in a very kind of, I don't know, Joker-esque way,
Oh, yeah.
as you would expect that guy to talk like.
Oh, that's good.
Well, hello there, beautiful.
Yeah. Mark
Um,
Hamill is far and away the best Joker, if you ask me.
that's true. So yeah, it looks awesome. I don't think I'll get it though because I've done everything in Majora's Mask, and I don't know. I don't really replay Zelda games. I know, Ty, I know you're not going to jump in this conversation, so I'll just talk to myself for a few minutes.
It's fine. I replayed the 2D ones.
I haven't replayed any Zelda ever. It's kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of like a classic book. It's like once you've finished it, you close it, you put it on your shelf, and you look at it, and you don't really touch it ever again. You just have that memory of playing through it.
Yeah.
And you don't want to taint that memory by replaying it again. And when you've forgotten what all the things are, and you're fumbling around, and you're like, oh man, I don't have as much time as I used to, you know.
Right.
Because I played these games when I was a kid, and it's like, I don't want to spoil these memories, you know. So I just kind of leave it.
Okay.
But they've added lots of things like hint system. If you get stuck, you can go inside those rocks. What do you call them? With the eye on the.
The Gorons? No.
No, the grey rocks are in the ground, and they go boing 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 when you hit them.
I I don't know, man.
Whatever they're called. You can hint stones or something. You hit those, and you can get hints, and it'll give you like videos of exactly what to do if you're completely inept.
Wow.
So
Scrub
yeah.
quotes.
Scrub quotes, yeah, there you go. How do you make Metroid crouch?
Right.
So yeah. Next up, Ty.
Oh yes, yes. Rhythm Tengoku, aka Rhythm Heaven. 3DS, GBA DS, Wii levels from previous games will be included in the 3DS version.
Woo. So I guess this is just like a compilation of all the previous games in this.
That's interesting. Well, the DS one like used the touchscreen exclusively, if I remember.
You're right, yeah.
Yeah.
So this 3DS obviously still has that. So I guess
Yeah.
for the Wii and the GBA versions, they're just using the
Yeah.
buttons, I
And
guess.
you had yeah, if I remember, you had to hold the DS version sideways.
Ah,
Yeah. So
you
I
could be
wonder
right.
if you're gonna if you're gonna turn your 3DS different ways to play it.
So if that's true, I'm guessing this is not in 3D
Um.
at all.
Yeah. Yeah. You couldn't. Yeah. The 3D won't work if you look at it sideways.
Because why would you have 3D for the GBA bits and then not for the DS bits and whatever, right? It was stupid, right?
I guess it's okay in the sense that like you take what you can get, but
Unless they redo the game to be the landscape instead of portrait, but I don't know. That might be harder to do. We'll soon find out.
yeah,
So it comes out in summer, and it's just called Rhythm Tengoku for now, which is a working title. There isn't the final title for that yet,
yeah.
but and nothing for the West yet.
You want to place a bet on it being called Rhythm Tengoku 3DS?
Yeah, no, I think they might stick some ridiculous katakana word at the end of it, like
Turbo.
Super Mix or something like that.
Okay, okay.
Mega
I'm-
Mix,
I might actually buy this game, especially since it has
everything. Yeah.
everything. Well, it doesn't necessarily say
Yeah,
everything on here.
that's true. That's true. It could be just the best of.
Maybe, but still, that's really good.
Yeah,
It sounds like a winner to me.
and this is definitely one of those good games, right? That you like. So
Yeah.
should be good. So next, we're actually starting with a game which was the beginning of the direct here. We're ending with a game that was at the beginning.
Right.
Fire Emblem If.
If. Wow.
Fire Emblem If.
If Advance Wars was made for girls,
Then you'd have.
I'm sorry, that was sexist. But that's my go-to joke for Fire Emblem.
Straight through the heart of James Jones.
Yep.
So yeah, this is coming out in summer 2015. Sorry, it is 2015. Marty.
Go McFly.
So yeah, this coming out. I'm assuming everywhere. Maybe this is just Japan. I'll have to check that.
Yeah, who knows?
Who knows? Well, definitely
It's
Japan.
gonna
Anyway.
be like 15 months later in America and never in Europe and Australia.
Yeah, get on with it, 8-4 play. So yeah, and they're also releasing some Fire Emblem trading cards, like physical, real trading cards in Japan, coming out at the same time.
Huh.
And the trading cards are designed by Intelligent Systems, the same guys who make the game.
It's not going to be a card game, right? It's just collector's cards.
Trading cards? I don't know. That kind to me sounds like a game, but I don't know. Soon find out.
Yeah. I was recently reminded that the Killer Instinct collectible card game exists. So,
like original Killer Instinct?
Yeah, they made a collectible card game in the 90s. And it came up on like the official Killer Instinct forums, like when they were talking about adding mini games to the game. And somebody suggested, put in like a card game or a puzzle game or something. And I said, just port the card game from the 90s.
Just scan them in.
Yeah, I'm surprised I haven't made that ridiculous eBay purchase yet. I'm just looking for like a giant box set of cards to go on eBay. And I'll just buy them.
Was this only on sale, like in like the UK, or was it also in America?
It was in the US. I don't know if it came out in the UK.
Okay, I never heard of it.
Well,
never saw that.
I never took off super well, but it exists.
It exists.
I think they gave away like if you subscribe to Nintendo Power, they gave you like a couple of random cards.
Oh, okay. Right. And apparently, back to Fire Emblem, there was actually a manga which came out at Christmas time. They didn't mention that in the direct, but I found that.
Oh, Fire Emblem comics have like appeared in Jump, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, they definitely did. Like somebody got me like a souvenir years and years ago, one of those big phone books sized Jump like weeklies or monthlies.
Oh, yeah, phone book ones, yeah.
And they were running a Fire Emblem comic at the time.
Nice.
And now that was like 2005 or something. So
okay. So
Fire Emblem definitely has a history of having an associated comic.
Gotcha. Okay then. So that was the direct, and we're going to end it there. We're going to talk a little bit more about some news.
Yes.
Right after this break.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
I'll take that opportunity just to tweet again, I guess.
I'll take that opportunity to intensify my drinking.
Um, can you open up the YouTube page? People might be. I don't know if people ask questions on that page, does it show up in the box on the side? I don't know if it does. Could you see if anyone asked any questions on that? The last link that I just tweeted out. If you click
Huh.
that, my
All right.
computer's not good enough to open two windows at once.
All right.
And if you open up in YouTube, does anything come up?
Give me a moment. It took a second to retweet it. Oh, you have more followers than me. That's bullshit. Let's see. No comments.
Okay, that's good. So it must be just the same as here then. Righty-ho.
Some stuff has come through the Twitter.
Oh, yeah, I've got those in the notes.
Cool.
Okie dokie. Okay then, so we've got a little bit of news to chat about, some topics that I thought might interest me and Ty. So obviously, with the big news for the Western, the Gaijins, was that the new 3DS is finally coming out in the West. Congratulations to them. But the interesting thing about the Americas was that the new 3DS, the small one that, or regular edition, that with the exchangeable faceplates, is not coming out in America, although it is in Europe. And so they're only getting the XL in the US, and moreover, it doesn't come with the AC adapter, which seems to be pissing a lot of people off. So my first two comments on that are, you don't need the small one, because unless you're an 8-year-old girl, you don't need to decorate your 3DS. And as for not having an AC adapter, yeah, deal with it. We haven't had AC adapters in 3DSs in Japan for a long time. So yeah, quit your yapping.
I don't like it. It would be better to have an extra 3DS adapter than not have one at all.
Oh yeah, yeah, sure, of course. I mean, they cost about, I think they're about 900 yen or something. And I've had to buy two because when I upgraded from my tiny 3DS to my XL LL, I had to sell it with the adapter to get. Otherwise, I would have lost like 2,000 yen off the sale price. But to buy a new one, it was only 900 yen. So I thought, well, yeah, I'd rather obviously get more money for my sale value. So I did that. And then again, when I sold my regular LL to upgrade to the new LL, I again had to sell it with the adapter and buy a new one.
Right.
So I've done it twice, and it's bullshit. But yeah, it's not going down well. And Reggie's comments were pretty much along the lines of deal with it. He didn't really give a shit. The Nintendo of America comments were something like, "We're giving the customers the option to buy an AC adapter in case they already had one," something along those lines. So
Passing on the savings to ourselves.
yeah, exactly. Passing on the savings to us. So yeah, what do you think, Ty? You haven't upgraded your 3DS ever, right?
No, I just have the one Japanese LL.
Oh, you got the LL. Okay, that was the first one you ever got.
Yeah, I didn't buy
Okay,
the original one.
good for you
Yeah,
for
I did
avoiding that.
good.
So yeah, to people in the West thinking about upgrading, I would say do it. I mean, I've said this before. Like, I honestly think that this is the DS Lite of this generation, as in it's like the upgrade that makes the most sense.
Yeah.
And
I never replaced my original DS.
no,
Yeah,
what a
I still
fuck.
have like the day one launch DS.
No, the
And
gray.
like, yeah, the gray one, and like all the paint
Oh,
is like worn off the edges and stuff.
that is hands down one of the worst designed, worst looking consoles ever made. It's
It's okay. And it works with my flash cartridge. It's nice.
you know, I actually held off buying a DS because I was so appalled by the color selection. And
Wow.
when they finally brought out the all white one, it was like, you know, it was completely white, the top and bottom parts. That's the when I bit, and that's when I got a DS because I just couldn't handle having such an ugly, fugly system.
I don't think it's that bad. It's just like silvery gray. It's okay. But you maybe you are right. It doesn't age well because we can
I have a
paint.
Tiger Electronics
Yeah.
barcode reader that looks exactly like an original.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
But anyway, the so when the DS Lite came out, obviously that was like an amazing upgrade. It was kind of like, oh, okay, this is how I imagine the DS should have looked like. And the new 3DS is kind of like that for me. Like the 3D works, like you can play games in 3D and you can move around and it still works. The it's got the stick, the second stick, you know, which it probably should have had from day one. Um, the screens are bigger, and you know the menus actually load at a reasonable speed that you would expect. You know, games load in an acceptable time. Smash loads in 10 seconds as opposed to 30 seconds. You know, things like that. You know, it's just like it just makes sense. Just do it. I would say it's worth it.
All right.
So next up, Ty. I guess this is your wheelhouse.
Yeah. This may directly affect which 3DSs I buy or don't buy in the future. So the region lock has been defeated on the 3DS with a lot of caveats, caveats, a lot of things to watch out for. Like,
Caveat.
yes, um, basically, if you have firmware somewhere between 9.0 to 9.4, you can just use this exploit. It actually works through the browser, and you can play cartridges from a different region on your 3DS.
What?
Yeah, and I don't believe you need a flash card or anything like that.
Yeah, or any specific games or anything like that. It's not like you need Cube Ninja or Cubic
Oh
Ninja.
yeah,
I wonder if that Cubic Ninja one has been patched by now.
who knows? Who
Yeah.
knows?
But yeah, this one you need an internet connection, obviously, like
Yeah,
because you need to access a certain specific web address,
right.
and it doesn't look exactly easy or smooth to do. You have to kind of open up, download, play, and do all these kind of things. I don't know if you have to do that every time or just the first time, but yeah,
I don't know.
you've got to spend a good minute and a half going through menus before it does it, but it
Yeah,
does work. So that's pretty cool.
yeah. I'm tempted to try it out. Maybe I'll order an American game or something.
I just like it because it's just a big giant middle finger to Nintendo for region locking their system. Because this isn't like a ROM to play downloaded ROMs or anything. It's literally just to do region-free gaming, which is
Right.
great.
Yeah, and hopefully they don't like fight it too hard or try to patch it.
Yeah, it's not doing anything illegal. I mean, it's
Right.
just
Like, yeah, in the past, like, they've had like region locks, but they've been like super limp wristed. Like, on the Super
uh,
Nintendo and 64, the
yeah.
cartridge just didn't fit right. And you could fix that in a minute with like a fork. And like the GameCube wasn't too bad either. It was like one jumper inside the
Yeah,
system.
yeah. Yes, and the Wii, yeah, you need to flash you need to install a patch, but you
Yeah,
can do that too, right?
yeah, and like I don't think they had any. I don't know. Could you do that on later versions of the Wii U that they or the Wii that they manufactured?
Yeah, the final firmware for Wii is completely hacked. You can do it quite easily.
Yeah,
You can patch a Wii, and
yes,
also within the Wii U, you can also do that, I think.
yeah. So if they only continue to like try, a minimal effort and just leave it at that, that's kind of okay. But very recently, like there was an article in Forbes, I think it was, where Iwata was talking
Mhm.
about like ditching all region
Right,
locking.
right, right.
Like it's something on the table, something they're looking at.
Yeah, the 4DS might not be region locked.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Microsoft and Sony, they've totally abandoned region locking in all forums, and it's working out well for them as far as I can tell.
How about the online stores on the Xbox? Can you access other regions or?
Yes, you have to make a new account, but that's
Mhm.
it. Same
Okay,
with Sony.
so I guess if Nintendo finally do the account system that they've been talking about for so long, they're kind of halfway there at the moment.
Would be nice.
It would be nice if they finally go through with it. Then yeah,
Yeah, that
it might
reminds me.
work.
There's a karaoke system you can get into on the Xbox One.
Hmm.
You don't even need a Japanese account. You just need to set your like region and language to Japan,
Hmm.
and then like the karaoke software will show up.
Do you sing into the Kinect
Uh,
directly?
I think the Connect works for it. I haven't tried it out because it's a subscription thing. Maybe I should see if there's a demo.
I just had people talking about that on a podcast. Like that's the thing you have to pay for the app per the hour or something, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's a subscription thing, just like the Wii U's.
Yeah, just like the Wii U. Yeah, that's right. Oh, that's right. It was Giant Bomb. They were talking about how Rock Band should be like that, in the future.
Yeah, I had a brief look at it. It looked like it had a lot of features.
Mhm. So yeah, region 3, it's called the hack, and I don't know, it might have already been patched by the time this episode goes out.
I don't think they can stop anything if you just stick with firmware 9 to 9.4.
Yeah, I actually thought, are there any games coming out that could be patched in time? I don't think Majora's Mask could be patched in time, right? I mean, I'm sure it's gone gold by now.
Yeah, like with cartridges, like you can assume like they can't change anything if it's 2 months out,
I mean, like when I got Smash, like on the Wii
unless it's
U.
like an emergency.
Right, right, right. I got Smash on Wii U, and I assumed that it would have the latest Wii U updates on it, but it didn't. I had to download them all manually anyway,
Right.
so that was
Like
stupid.
I don't know if
Oh.
cartridge manufacturing has gotten any faster, but it takes you need like a month lead time to manufacture cartridges for sale, and before that, you're probably gonna need at least a month lead time for like bug testing and final stuff like that.
Mhm. You know what? I just reminded me. I watched a video of somebody going through this hack, like videoing himself doing it,
Yeah,
and
there's a lot on YouTube.
he put a Japanese version of Smash 3DS in his American system, and it showed up in English.
Yeah.
That means all the languages are on the cartridge, and they on purposely don't let you select them. That is bullshit.
Yeah, I saw the same video.
Because
That's a thing.
I mean,
It,
Melee had an option, right? Melee. I think I've said this before on the show. I imported the Japanese one. Go to the menu, you can switch everything to English. But
yeah,
since Brawl, they started locking that out, and I just assumed that they didn't put that data on the disc or the card, but they do, and it's on there, and it's bullshit. Everything
right.
changed. Even the title just changed to the English menu title. Everything was in English.
Yep.
I
It's
am
maddening.
disappointed. Maddening. Oh, let's just finish up news with this little bitty thing. So some new Wii remotes coming out in Japan in March.
Yeah, the
The Bowser
Battletoad.
Battletoad ones. That would be cool. The colors are kind of like Battletoad. It's yellow and green. There's a
Wi-
Bowser one.
Wishful thinking on my part.
Yeah, the Bowser one is yellow and green with a little Bowser logo on it, and I
Yeah,
think the Toad one is white and blue. So I guess maybe that's coming out around about the time Mario Party comes out. Maybe they want to have a full range of Wii remotes because I think there's a Yoshi, there's a Mario, there's a Luigi, I think there's a Peach, and now there'll be a Bowser and a Toad. So you could
they
have a
do look
whole
pretty if you need a new Wii remote.
yeah, yeah. So there you go. Please to be excited, and obviously they're not region locked, so yeah, import them. So I think that about wraps it up for news. So we're going to move on to some listener feedback and tweets right now.
Yay! If you want to tweet at us, now's the time.
There you go.
All right, let's see. First one. Our good friend, the Gypsy Otoko, Mr. Matt Walker, star of Dead or Alive 5. He said, "Hey guys, sorry, not gonna make it in London." Winky smiley face.
In London. Huh.
Yeah.
Coincidentally, isn't there some kind of Capcom event going on in London right now?
Gosh, I don't know. Is there?
I think it's Revelatiums 2. So exclusively coming not to Wii U.
Yeah. Maybe if the system like had good hardware power and was popular.
Yes. If only it was as powerful as the 360, which it's also coming out on. But at least
Shameful.
it's not like the game started off on a Nintendo platform, right?
No, that never happened.
That never happened.
We've always been at war with Eurasia.
So yeah, Matt, obviously we miss you, and hopefully you can be on the next show.
Yeah.
I tweeted at him back. I said he should buy a Lion bar because they're an awesome chocolate bar you can buy in England.
Yeah. I was gonna ask, what should a video game nerd check out on a trip to London?
Well, I'm not really the person to ask because I don't really like London, and I've only been like a handful of times because I live.
Near mobile.
No.
Okay.
But like London is famous/infamous for being, the most expensive place in England, and yeah, you just walk down the street and you'll be bound to be ripped off in some way or another.
Okay.
But yeah, the gaming stuff. There are some, yeah, because like I listen to the IGN UK podcast, which is a pretty good podcast and is way better than their American one. And they do talk about some gaming bars. So yeah.
Yeah. Have you been to any?
I haven't been to any, but they do exist, and there are also some pretty cool, like game shops, like independent game stores which sell some cool stuff. So there are stuff to check out. So yeah, if there are any listeners who know of these places, then yeah, tweet at Ty, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, if I ever make it, like, I'm definitely gonna go. And I want to go to St. Petersburg to check out the Museum of Russian Video Games. That's a real fucking thing.
Get some pirated versions of Driver on your GBA.
Some of them were very like 60s space program looking.
Awesome. Of course it is.
Yeah, but
Death to America.
Yeah, I do love weird old video game history, so
awesome.
I would go for sure. I asked Johnny if he went, but because he went to St. Petersburg years ago, but I don't think the museum had been built yet. So that makes me sad.
That's a nyet from Johnny.
Nyet.
So next up, our good friend hacker alias BNGBRGR Bringburger
Bungburger.
Bringburger said he asks us what are the best chains in Nihon for amiibo hunting? Are the shortages as bad as they are in the States? Um, Ty, do you want me to take this?
Yeah, please. I haven't seen
So,
any UFO catchers.
um,
That's all I can say.
I'm not amiibo hunting. I bought one, and that's it. But I have been to some game stores over the New Year holidays, and I did tweet out a few pictures of the amiibo section, and
So they've been in stock.
yeah, I mean they don't the places that I've been to they don't display the boxes. They just have like cards that you take to the cashier or whatever. And yeah, they seem to have plenty of like the so-called commons, but they also had some Marths and Wii Fit trainers, which I know are very rare in the States. So, and also Pit, which I think is also rare. So I think the situation is a lot better here. Um, the ones that are popular in the States are also popular in Japan. They tend to sell out, maybe because there's less of them. Like obviously Pikachu takes up most of the rack,
Right.
whereas Marth is only one line of them. But I wouldn't say there are shortages. I would say there are plenty to go around. So yeah, Ty, I think you're best for the next one, right?
Oh yeah, was this the beer one?
Yeah, I promised more alcohol talk, right?
Yeah.
Here it is.
So Dread Pirate Stone, great name by the way, tweets at us. Good old Kirin Ichiban USA version. My
I think
favorite
I think that was
Americanized
that was actually
Japanese beer.
Danny's comment. Danny tweeted a picture out, and this
Oh,
is
did he?
Danny, and then this is the reply.
Ah, okay. Yeah. I always wanted to ask the Famicast what the beer culture is like. Future hashtag life in Japan. I
I,
think
I
I
don't
think
know
it
if
will
that
be.
could that be a whole Life in Japan segment? I don't know.
It could be every life in Japan segment. Yeah. Where
so
to
that
start?
so I think that was a picture of Danny drinking a Kirin Ichiban in the US when he went back over Christmas.
Yeah. Right now, I'm drinking this Kirin, uh, this strong 9% alcohol
Kirin
lemon
stronger.
lemon lime thing. Yeah, and these are like $2. So like beer and every kind of alcohol is cheap and plentiful in Japan. It's great. And also like even the cheap beer, it tastes pretty good compared to like, American beer, which is, it's swill. It's I'm not
Yes.
a fan of the Bud Lights and the what have you. But
This is this is a svill. Am I saying that right? Things that pigs would drink.
you're right, right, exactly.
Yeah.
But like in Japan, you go to the store, you get like you look for the cheapest, nastiest beer you can, and you drink it, and you're like, hey, this is pretty good.
I actually used to teach a guy who was a brewer. He was a head brewer at a local brewery, and he's Japanese, and he hated Japanese lager beer. The Kirins of the world,
Right?
because obviously he was a a connoisseur. He said there was far too much crap beer in Japan, and that
Wow.
people should stick with the what do you call them, micro brewers.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, you could tear up.
Yeah.
You take your American mass-produced beer, that's like the bottom, probably. I
So
don't
you're
know.
comparing the bottom rank of both countries, then Japan is slightly above,
Now, Japan is very much above. But
very
yeah,
much above.
if
Okay.
you want the best beer in the world, you're going to go to like Germany and Austria and going to these microbreweries that have been in operation for like 900 years.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
we're talking like in Japan, you're on the street, money in your pocket.
Yeah.
There might be a brewery in your town. Like, that's become a thing in recent years. There are breweries that make beer in Japan, like microbreweries. They
Mhm.
exist. I think they've expanded in recent years. Well, become more popular. But, I haven't really been to any.
Who on staff is like a huge beer connoisseur? I forget who it is. He's always tweeting about pictures of beers that he's drinking.
Oh, maybe Mike Sklens.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
So Mike Sklens tweeted out a picture of him drinking a Harvest Moon. Nothing to do with the game, but it's called Harvest Moon.
Oh, yeah,
And
you can get that back where I'm from.
so
Good stuff.
the student that I was telling you about is a private student, a guy that I used to teach. He is the head brewer of Harvest Moon. No shit.
Wow.
And it was just so weird. Like that guy was, Mike was drinking it in America, and it's like, I just taught the guy who made that. So it was pretty cool. I think
Nice.
7 degrees of Kevin Bacon, right?
Right, yeah. I'd like to meet this guy.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
Yeah, maybe later we should hunt down some Japanese microbreweries and I don't know,
And
tweet
start
about
a
them.
podcast about it.
Yeah. So
Um, so last up,
Japan is the best place to be an alcoholic, or worst place, depending on how you look at it.
yes, you'll never stop being an alcoholic.
Yeah.
So last up, we have a tweet from a friend of the show, of course, Mr. Jonathan Metz, Dr. Metz himself. He tweeted that um, everything that we own has swappable faceplates. I think this was in reaction to the new 3DS not coming out in America. He says they're called stickers, and he's obviously going for a Hypertroll get of the week, and I think he earned it with that. It's true. If you're
Yeah.
if you're an 8-year-old girl who likes decorating their game systems, yeah, put stickers on them. You don't need a fucking whole system to do that.
Yeah.
If you want a
Uh,
mushroom on the back of your 3DS, stick a fucking mushroom sticker on it.
I should probably find my fight stick that I use. It's got
Is
a
it
number
covered
of
in
stickers on it.
stickers?
Yes, hold on.
Bonus video content time. To the three viewers watching, stick around for some bonus video content in a minute.
Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go.
So Ty, just hold on to that. We'll wrap up the show, and then this will be our bonus segment, right?
Okay.
Okay, so that about brings this show to a close. And Ty, should we give out our Twitter handles?
No, it's a secret.
Well, I'll give out the Famicast one. That's at the Famicast. So
I'm
please,
just fucking with you, by the way.
of course. At the Famicast, if you want to tweet us questions, or if you want to send us a long question for the Life in Japan segment next at the end of the month, then send that to famicast@nintendoworldreport.com, and we will read that out and discuss it in length.
Oh,
Um,
there's a tweet that came in during the show. I think maybe we should answer.
oh yeah, I didn't see that.
Yeah, our good friend B&G Burger or whatever
Yeah.
tweeted us. I was talking to a drunk old Japanese guy, and I think he said it was easier to learn British English than American English. Is that a common sentiment?
Huh. That's interesting. I mean, when I'm teaching people in Japan, I often get the comment that like, "Oh, my English is really easy to understand.
Huh.
Americans talk too fast." But maybe that's just I think that's just a kind of on a case by case basis, right? I mean, some people
Maybe.
talk fast. I don't talk very fast. Um, so
Might-
maybe that's it. But I don't
Maybe.
think it's an odd thing to say because Japanese people learn American English from 12 years old.
Yeah, like you
Uh,
look at the Japanese textbooks, like American English is the standard
yeah.
smug face. But on the other hand, I imagine I'd have thought that maybe Americans tend to use a bit more slang, or that American
I
English
don't think
has,
that's right. I don't think that's right. I mean,
okay, or on the other hand, maybe American English. America is very diverse, and there's a lot of different accents and ways of speaking from different parts of the country.
Again, no. Britain has the same, if not more, in the tiny little island.
You what, mate?
No. Yeah.
I'll hook you in the gab, I swear on me mum.
No, I mean, I don't know. Maybe the British people that do come to Japan are less likely to have those impenetrable accents that we
Maybe.
do have. So maybe that's it. Maybe there's less of that, and the standard American accent is maybe easy. I would say I don't know. I'd say it's about the same. I don't know. Just depends what you're used to. Like
Yeah,
I know for like university students, it very depends on the kind of media and music that they're into.
yeah. Like I
Like,
haven't actually heard this, but I'm trying to think to myself, like,
yeah,
is it true?
like if people are really into American TV shows and films, then they'll say, "I can't understand British people." But then I've talked to the people who say like, "Oh, I love Sherlock and Doctor Who," and it's like, "Yeah, I can't understand American people." So
Huh.
maybe that's it. Just whatever you're used to, whatever you dig, baby.
Maybe I'll ask some people in the future, like which
Yeah,
is easier, British English or American English?
yeah. I guess this should be kind of my wheelhouse, since I did, write several lengthy papers on these kind of topics. But it's neither the time nor the place. So we'll just leave it at that for now. But thank you for the question, Mr. Burger. Keep them coming. So
Right.
yeah, if you want to follow me, my personal Twitter is @FamiComplicated, and come and join the Hypertroll Get train and enjoy yourself with me. But if you want some even more trolling, why do you follow Tide?
Yeah, like sometimes I veer slightly into weird Twitter territory. Random tweet that I tweeted recently from my Twitter, Super Cat Drugs. I'm the kind of asshole that wants Facebook to support animated GIFs.
Why not? Why the hell not? Oh,
There's a lot of reasons why not, but
did that get retweeted a lot? That one?
I think I got some favorites. Let me see. No, yeah, I got some replies
Awesome.
and 3 favorites.
Um, hold on, I did get a massive retweet from something recently. Um, I got a lot of retweets from tweeting about the region-free hack. About the fact that Smash has all the languages in the Japanese version, and being pissed off with that.
Right.
And yeah, the the YouTube clip of the Simpsons YouTube clip about the Malibu Stacy, that got some mad retweets as well.
Yeah.
So there you go. But it's got a new head. So yeah, please do be following us, and if you want to follow Danny, he's at Danny Biv, and yeah, that's about it for the live show. If you're watching this live on the video stream, stick around for some exclusive video content.
Bonus content.
If you're listening to this as an MP3 or whatever it is, an AAC, then too bad. But you can still watch it, because we will have this YouTube video on the site, on the NWR TV YouTube channel. So you're not going to miss out. Don't worry. You can watch it anytime. Please understand.
Please understand. Let's
But
take
for this,
a 1 minute break.
yes.
Okay.
Hey, people listening, you should tweet at us what you want Ty to show you from his collection of weird stuff. I'm sure he's got something. What's in Ty's cupboard today? So Ty, I just realized we didn't actually say goodbye. I need that for the end of the edit.
Okay. Ahem.
So Ty, as always, thank you for speaking to people on the internet.
Yes, thank you for listening to the words that are coming out of my mouth.
You are hearing my voice. So yes, it was kind of weird being back in the hot seat, so to speak. But hopefully Daniel will be back for the next episode. But for now, that's it. That's the end of the episode. And until next time, Fami dudes out.
Damn it, dudes. Okay.
So yeah, bonus video time. What do we got, Ty?
I want to talk
What
about
have we
stickers.
got? Stickers, eh?
Yeah.
Stickers, you say?
Yeah, I mean, you can put stickers on, your consoles and stuff. Maybe like a nice bumper sticker would be nice. Like, this machine kills fascists is a good one. But so you have to be careful about sticker placement because if your hand like goes over the part that the sticker's on, you're gonna wear it out. It'll go white or something. Like
I'm gonna put my hand up now. I've never put a sticker on any system, controller, anything ever.
Okay, well, first I want to tell you, when I was a kid, Nintendo Power magazine, as a bonus, included some stickers you could put over your Nintendo and Super Nintendo controllers. They're basically like a faceplate. They covered the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I slapped a couple of those on, and within a few months or a couple years, I don't remember, the whole surface of the sticker wore off. So it was just like this white sticker. Yeah.
Yeah, N64 was kind of famous/infamous for like stickers, right? There's so many. I remember seeing that. Yeah, I think the Nintendo UK magazine, NMS as it was called, that had used to have loads of N64 stickers back in the day, but I never put them on. Because I just worry about the day when I have to take it off, and it's just like shh, and it's just half of it stays on.
Yeah.
You can't put your N64 in hot water.
It's a pretty good choice for memory cards, I would say.
Yeah, memory cards I can. Yeah, yeah.
I have stickers on my Xbox 360 hard drives to tell them apart.
Fair enough.
All right, but let me tell you about this fight stick right here.
I can't see it. But...
All right, here we go. Here we go. These are nowhere near the original buttons and sticks.
Okay.
So, yeah, I've replaced it several times, but all right, let's look at the sides and the back here. Like, all right, I have all this shit on the bottom of my stick. Shoutouts to Time Wizard.
I'm on purposely not talking because if I talk, then the video goes to me.
Right. Okay. I'll keep talking. What do we got? We got This Modern World. We got Dominoes, guest starring Hatsune Miku. We got Random. That would be the rap guy that raps about Mega Man. He's the best. Got Zootown. I think that's a King of Fighters sticker. We got Game Bar A Button. Nice. Game Bar A Button is great, by the way.
Is that the one that we went to?
Yes. Shoutouts to Game Bar A Button. It also made like one website's like top 20 arcades of the world or something. Even though it's not really an arcade, it's a bar.
Right.
But you should definitely go there. What else do I got? I got Perry the Platypus and Oswald the Lucky Rabbit.
So is that your lucky stick or something? Is that the one that you take to tournaments? Or
yeah, this is my primary fight stick. And this is also the same mold as the Wii fight stick for Tatsunoko that we talked about earlier.
Yeah. Right. Because before the show, me and Ty were talking about Tekken Tag Tournament, and The
Yeah.
fact that it's like super discounted on the Wii U eShop in the UK right now is like £6. You know, thinking about getting it, but you said you would never get it because you don't have the stick.
Right. Or if I do get it, it's going to be a bigger investment than $10 or whatever. I have
But
all these random
I think
snack foods.
isn't the Wii one doesn't the Wii one connect to the Wii remote, and wouldn't that be too laggy for you or whatever?
Um, no, like a wireless RF connection is fine.
Mhm.
Well, for a controller, but not for an internet connection for playing online.
Okay,
Like I don't think
gotcha.
I would even lose one frame. Maybe one frame, but probably not.
It's like the drum controller for the Wii, right? You know, that's the same deal, right? You just plug it into the Wii remote.
Right. Let's see, what else do I have on here? I got there's Taiko no Tatsujin.
Ah, just
I
said it.
got the Get Out frog from Something Awful. Hatsune Miku, Genie from Aladdin. There's a lot of random bullshit on here.
So you made that yourself, internal and external?
It's a long story. Uh, basically, the only original parts here are, the mold, the paneling,
Hmm.
bottom metal plate, and the circuit board inside. The wire has been replaced. Uh, all the buttons have been replaced. The stick has been replaced. So yeah,
I see. Huh. So, what about your Christmas and New Year's? This is the first time back,
oh,
right? Did you
that's
have a good
right.
holiday? I mean, my Christmas, I spent it with my family, my in-laws. We opened some presents, had some cakes, some Japanese cream cake.
Yeah, I did get a Christmas cake for the first time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like a slice or a
No,
thing,
I
a
got a whole
whole
cake and
thing.
I ate the whole thing like a fat,
Nice.
horrible pig.
Awesome. Did you spend it with friends playing Smash Brothers, or were you
I
doing something
actually,
else? Did you go out?
let's see, I actually did have to work on the 25th and 26th,
Oh
but
shit!
I didn't really do anything at work on the 26th. There were no
That's the one.
classes
Yeah, why did they ask you in then? Why? Fuck.
because they asked everyone else in.
You didn't want
But
to call in sick?
nah, uh, but 25th we had a nomikai, like a Christmas
Oh,
party
okay. So it's
with
worth
work.
sticking
So
around.
so a lot of the staff drank a lot, and they just kind of took it easy at work.
Yeah, lots of foreigners in Japan seem to get Christmas flu around about the 25th.
Yeah, yeah.
Not gonna make it in, boss. As they're, on the way out to the bar. Yeah, I had to do
um,
that. I had to do that a couple of years because,
right.
after my first traumatic experience of working on Christmas Day, I was like, never again. I'm just calling in sick from now on. And it's kind of worked.
Yeah. Well, a lot of Americans do have to work on Christmas as well when they work for, a shitty retailer
Right, right.
or, well, not a retailer so much, but
A
I
call
had,
center.
yeah, I had to work at a movie theater for a couple of years, and it's a fun job, but working on Christmas,
Yeah.
fuck that.
Do people go to the movie theater on Christmas Day?
Yeah.
Huh.
Um, some people do the Christmas stuff, in the morning, or early afternoon, and then go watch a movie after as a family thing.
Okay, that's fair enough. What about New Year's then? Did you do anything exciting? I don't think we did anything. I got what I like to call the family hostage situation of being forced to watch Kohaku,
Oh,
the red and white, karaoke challenge, the 5 hour long musical painful experience that all Japanese people put themselves through.
right.
Well, they seem to enjoy it, but I haven't met a foreigner who likes it.
Huh.
That's basically just terrible Japanese music for five
Right,
hours
right,
straight.
right. Okay, okay, okay.
It's on New Year's Eve. Like,
I caught a really bad cold actually,
oh
but
man.
I toughed it out and I went to Comiket. That's
Oh right,
the
yeah.
the
Yeah.
twice a year comic book thing. Yeah,
Didn't didn't we pass some tweets back and forth while you were there? I can't remember.
probably.
What were
I
you
was
doing?
on the Twitter a bit,
Yeah.
so I went to that. It was good, except for me being really sick. I was like filling my backpack with tissues, and it was so I didn't do anything on New Year's, and that was depressing. But
Well, I think that was probably better than the hostage situation that I was involved in.
yeah, I guess it was kind of nice just to stay at home and take it easy. But yeah, no,
Enka music. Anyone? Enka music?
oh yeah, I love Enka music.
Rhythmic warbling, I call it.
Well, here's some video game trivia for you. You know the Bust a Move games,
Hmm.
aka Bust a Groove.
Hmm.
In Bust a Groove 2, there's like a secret like techno remix of an Enka song in it.
Oh, great. Two of my favorite genres together at last.
Yeah,
Techno Enka. I can't even imagine, I don't want to imagine what that sounds like.
it's madness.
For those that don't know, Enka kind of sounds like Omochi, things like that.
Yeah, you'd know it if you heard it, I think.
Yeah, with the in the background. That would make it way better, right?
I'm totally gonna tweet it out right now.
Oh god. And I'm going to be forced to click it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, have you got any other bonus video content you can show the viewers, or should we leave it at that?
Um. Well, first I'm gonna tweet this out. Maybe I have a comic or something I could show from Comiket.
Cool.
Yeah. Let's see.
I've got some Japanese branded Scotty tissues, which are sponsored by Frozen.
Weird.
Only in Japan.
Okay. Yeah.
Japan loves Frozen. Anna
It's true.
Joe, or as they call it, Anna and the Ice Princess, roughly
Right.
translated.
Yeah. I had a bunch of Mario character tissues. I think I used them all.
Nice. Oh, I got a cool little Gachapon toy the other day. It was in a chocolate egg. It was a Mario 3D World enemy. It was, the bullet bills in 3D World. They've got like
Yeah.
cat ears on.
That's adorable.
Yeah, it was one of a cat bullet bill.
All right.
My wife couldn't work out what it was. She was like, "Why does that bullet look like a cat?"
Japan and video games.
Okay, I'm not going to click that link now. I'll click that later.
You should click it now while I look for some stuff I got from Comiket.
No.
Oh, wait. Here's something in arm's reach. This is not from Comiket. This is from Akihabara.
Mhm.
I found a VHS of the X-Files in Japanese.
What's it called in Japanese? X-File.
Yeah, X-Files 7.
Seven.
Yeah,
Awesome.
and so there's 2 episodes on this VHS tape. It cost me 100 yen. So I have a friend
Okay.
that asked for any and all X-Files stuff from Japan.
That would have been about 5,000 yen back in the day. That one
Oh,
VHS.
really? Do you want to? Is that your final answer? How much this cost? Because the price is on here, the original price.
Well, DVDs of about 4 episodes of things cost between 8 and 10,000 yen.
Right.
So this is 2 episodes on a VHS.
Yeah.
It probably came out in the 90s, right? So
This one came out in 2000, I think. Yeah, copyright 2000.
yeah, I would say between 5 and 10,000 maybe.
All right, I'm gonna show you the answer. Can you see that?
Jesus Christ, 12,000 yen.
Yes, 12,000 yen. That's about
Oh, God.
100 US dollars
Oh,
to buy a 2 episode VHS of the X Files in 2000 in Japan.
oh, man.
How much would it cost you to buy the entire run of X Files on VHS? I already did this math.
1 million yen.
Yeah. ten
Pretty much right.
thousand $10,000. Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Well, it's just gone past midnight, and it's a school night. I'm getting tired.
All
I'm
right.
gonna go to bed. Ty, thanks for sticking around, and the 4 viewers listening slash watching, thank you for watching and sticking around to the end. We're gonna call it a night.
All right. Peace, brother.
Peace.